Yeah. Hair flip. Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip. Yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. And hair flipping on your toes. Hi.
Hello everyone and welcome back to your boy SeanDavieWay. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit that bell so you are notified of all of our future content. Thank you all for your continuous support. We are going to dive back into Wack 100 and surviving him. We did a part 1 and this time we're going to get a little bit more thorough on a lot of the scandals that he's had, and we're going to dive back into what we think about this alleged tape of Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London. So without holding you any further, let's get right into surviving Wack 100. Article from TMZ. Wack 100 fights off 2 white men, slur allegedly hurled. The Game and Blueface's manager, Wack 100, squared up against 2 white men and held his own. This after they allegedly hurled a slur, which Wack says sparked the brawl. Sources tell TMZ Wack was at Primo Burgers in Lancaster, California Saturday when he encountered a couple of guys whom we're told were burning rubber behind him. We're told Wack asked them to stop as he feared they lose control of the car. The response, we're told, he allegedly got from them in return was "mind your effing business" slur. Our Wack sources say the men proceeded to get out of their vehicle, at which point Wack got out too, ready to defend himself. It's important to note the video does not contain any slurs. You see the 2 guys swing on Wack, who fends their blows off and strikes back, actually connecting with one guy and making him fall onto his butt and bleed a bit. The other guy tries to come at him with a little rooster step, and Wack prepares to trade fists with him too. But it looks like the fight stops there as more people show up to see what all the commotion is about. They say they're going to get his plates and Wack encourages it. We're told Wack ended up leaving without further incident. Wack himself tells TMZ it's fine. So it sounds like the fellas let things be on the street, sans any police involvement. So here's what happened. Allegedly, there were 2 men that just so happened to be white driving behind Wack 100, and they were driving faster. They were, driving fast. And they were behind him, and he feared that they would lose control of the vehicle and possibly hit him. So they're basically arguing technically on the road. So for Wack 100 to say that they called him a slur is like, I guess. I'm not saying that he's lying, but there's no proof of it besides him. There's nobody else that says that a slur was said besides Wack 100. That nobody else said that. So he's the only person that can prove that, and he has no proof. He alleges that it happened before they all pulled over. So both parties to me are aggressors. Now, people have road rage when you're on the road. You have somebody get in your way or drive up, really close behind you and things like that, and you get upset. So I understand it, but it didn't have to go any further than that. But like I said, both people are aggressors if they both pulled over. I feel that Wack 100 was disrespecting the people behind him. I'm not defending anyone, but knowing Wack's prior behavior, He is an aggressor. He feels like he runs the world, that people should just do what he says because he feels like he's scary. Neither one of these men could fight. You could tell. If you go watch the video, I'm not going to show it because there's violence. But if you go and watch it, neither one of the men that Wack fought could fight. And that's why I feel like Wack felt comfortable, because if those were two black men, I don't feel like Wack would have had the same energy. But since they were white, he felt like, oh, I can easily, beat them. And he only got the best of one of them. It's not like Wack literally handled both of these men. He only subdued one. He didn't subdue them both. But to get into a physical altercation with these men, I don't believe that Wack was doing it because of a slur. I think he was doing it because he felt like they were disrespecting him by speeding up on him and getting close to his vehicle and things in that nature. So in protecting his vehicle, not in protecting his race, he decides to get out of the vehicle and get physical. And in the process of that, there was no charges. The police did not get involved. And if he did call you a slur, it's like, why not get the police involved? And the other men also didn't get the police involved. And I feel like they didn't because they were wrong with the traffic violations and things that they were doing. They didn't want the police to get involved. So they ended up getting into an altercation. Both parties ended up going their separate ways. Wack had other people with him. That's another reason I felt like he felt comfortable fighting the men. And I also think that that's why they were kind of standoffish to fighting Wack, because he had way more people with him than they had with them. So it was more against them than Wack. But Wack wanted to look tough and go after these men himself if that's something that he can do. And remember, Wack threw the first punch. And these men did not walk up to him literally fighting him and him defending himself. He squared up with them, so of course they're going to square up too. I think the men got out the car to argue with Wack or to yell at him. I don't think that they got out the car to get physical. Wack wanted to get physical. So that's all it was. It was more so of just aggressive driving, and Wack decided to take the law into his own hand. That is not the only altercation, physically especially, that Wack 100 had gotten into. A year before this altercation, he got into one with Nipsey Hussle's former security. So when it comes to Nipsey Hussle and Wack 100, there is a very negative history with them, more so on Wack's side. Nipsey Hussle did not pay Wack 100 that much attention. God rest his soul, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. He never paid him that much attention. So I think that made Wack want to poke at him even more. And he's doing so still, even in Nipsey's death. He's still poking at Nipsey, and it's just extremely disrespectful. So let's get into Wack 100 getting into an incident with Nipsey Hussle's former bodyguard. It looks as though someone close to the late rapper Nipsey Hussle might have attacked Wack 100 last night. On Monday morning, December 16th, Wack, who was most well known for managing the Game and Blueface, ended up trending big on Twitter after a video of him trying to get past a wall of people to find a man surfaced on the internet. People on Twitter believe the man Wack is looking for is J Rock, who worked as part of Nipsey's bodyguard while the rapper was alive. The altercation reportedly happened backstage during the final night of Rolling Loud Los Angeles of the California Stadium. You see the video of Wack searching for someone below, and the aftermath of what the people on the internet are saying is a fight. While very little about this alleged incident is confirmed, some people point towards the recent Wack comments as motive for an associative of Nipsey to try to physically harm him. A few months ago, audio of Wack saying that Nipsey's alleged KILLER, Eric Holder, wouldn't have been wrong for trying to end Nipsey surfaced on the internet. In the video, Wack 100 essentially says that Holder's alleged actions aligned with the code of the streets. A short while later, Wack 100 jumped on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast and insisted that Nipsey was not a legend at the time of his death. As for this incident, Wack 100 has used his Instagram to address the rumors of himself getting attacked. In a video post, Wack appears to dispute claims that he'd been physically assaulted. Wack goes live on IG to let everybody know, especially the blogs, that, hey, nothing happened to me, close but no cigar. There was a person that tried to, do some things backstage to me, but nothing happened. If you're going to send somebody after me, make sure that they're not a runner. Make sure that they really want the smoke, is basically what Wack was saying on this live. He shows his chewed up face, like he already don't have a million war rooms on it. It makes it seem as if, look at me, my face is fine, but it's like, how can you really tell when it already looked like a Doberman attacked you? So, yeah, he shows his face. He shows that, hey, nothing happened to me, no bruising, no injuries. I'm just fine. So let's move this right along. Wack 100 calls T.I. a rat, gives more details on what Nipsey Hussle did in Gay Tape. Wack 100 says pretty wild things on Clubhouse. He gets even wilder when he doesn't know he's being recorded. Earlier this month, Hassan Campbell leaked a conversation with Wack 100 in which Wack explained that Big U was blackmailing Nipsey Hussle and then Lauren London with a gay tape involving the two and another man. Hassan has leaked another tape in which Wack calls T.I. a snitch and talks more about the tape. Wack's quote, "You F with T.I., he's a rat. I don't F. I don't give a F about that Nigga. F out of here with that ish." Right after that, Wack explains why he is always on Clubhouse. Wack's quote, "I just use the Clubhouse to set up the YouTube presence to roll out the podcast." Later in the chat, Wack gives more details on the gay things Nipsey does in the tape. If you are interested, well, Wack basically says that Big U is a snake, and that Big U is a snake because he was trying to extort Lauren London for this alleged tape. Now, I don't believe that this tape is in existence. I don't believe that it exists, especially with Lauren London. If Wack is saying that all of this stuff exists with Kim Kardashian, one minute it exists and then it doesn't, then it exists and then it doesn't, I feel the same way with this. I just feel that Wack 100 is a clout chaser. He is an evil person. He will do the most evil, scandalous things just to be recognized because nobody cares about him. Wack 100 is irrelevant. He is a non-factor. He does not matter. He could go away tomorrow and no one would care besides Blueface and the Game. Nobody cares about this man. He's more female-esque, more of a gossip queen than he is like a natural heterosexual man that has bigger things to do, especially in business. How are you saying that Big U is a snake for trying to extort Lauren London when you try to extort Kim Kardashian on multiple aspects? You try to extort Ray J, you try to extort Kanye West, you try to extort so many people over these alleged tapes. Why would we not believe that you were trying to extort Lauren London? I believe that the tape is not in existence, so Lauren doesn't care. Like, this is just a rumor that she doesn't have to acknowledge because there's no truth to it. That's why she has no statement. She hasn't acknowledged Wack. She hasn't had her attorneys reach out to him. She hasn't threatened a lawsuit. She hasn't done any of those things because it does not exist. So it really doesn't matter at this point, besides Wack being a disgusting human being that does not respect people that have passed away. Campbell has made some wild claims about Nipsey Hussle, Lauren London, Wack 100, and Big U, and has some recordings to back them up. According to Campbell, Big U and Wack 100 had a tape of Nipsey Hussle and another man having sex with Nip's baby mama, Lauren London. Things get spicy between Nip and the other man in the tape. After Nip passed, Campbell says Big U and Wack 100 tried to use the tape to extort London for 30% of Nip's estate. Campbell says he only knows about the tape because he overheard Big U and Wack speaking about it on a three-way call they did not realize he was on. Campbell plays the clip of Wack 100 talking about the tape. Wack claims he's been keeping the tape safe, but Campbell suggests Wack was in on the plot to extort London after Nipsey passed away. Big U, a one-time Crip boss, had been Nipsey's manager. However, there have been rumors of beef between Nip and Big U when he passed away. Wack 100 has a history of downplaying Nip's legacy. Big U goes live and explains how he had nothing to do with the situation with Wack 100. Also calls Wack 100 a clout chaser, among other things. So this is the beginning of the energy of Wack 100 starting to shift.
Happy, I'm winning. So I don't know why y'all pay every time somebody do some nonsense. You guys need to be smart enough to understand that they clout chasing and they trying to get whatever they get, and let them have it. I say this every time. Every single time. It ain't gonna stop. When somebody does something great and other people can see it, there's gonna always be other people to come and challenge that. That's a fact. They did it with Jesus. Why they not gonna do it with Nip? They did it with all the people before. I'm just an ordinary person. I ain't no celebrity. I ain't no leader. I'm just a dude who came from nowhere to try to hustle and get it hard. I hustle hard. That's it. Nothing else. But y'all gonna listen to somebody. Stop reposting their stuff. Stop clicking on it and liking it when you know it don't make no sense. I'm gonna give y'all one more thing, because I usually don't post my lives. I'm gonna post this one. When you accuse somebody of something wrong, you take on that burden of that wrong. Know your book, know the Bible, know the Quran, know whatever you look. Because when you falsely accuse somebody of something and you know that it's not true, and you know it's based in nothing, you are transferring bad energy into the earth. So you punishable for that also. Remember that. If you believe in God or a higher power or anything. You know what I mean? So be careful on what gonna come back and hit you in your next life. So anyway, I'm continuing to build. I'm gonna continue to move forward. And like I said, when y'all say something ignorant or ignorance come out, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna block my page so y'all have to come follow me to say what you got to say.
Wack 100 goes live with DJ Academics and Hassan Campbell, and he basically threatens Hassan's channel and lets him know that your YouTube channels are going to be getting taken down for you lying. You did not tell the truth. I haven't talked to Big U in over a year and a half, so you are not on a live three-way call with myself and Big U about a Nipsey Hussle alleged tape. So let's get into that.
Everybody hitting me talking about you sending
Oh,
the
it's
police
coming
on me.
down, but I ain't using no attorneys or police. You don't need that.
Oh yeah, so basically you use the
No,
lawyer
what I'm
to take
saying
my-
is don't lie. We ain't never had no podcast. Nigga, I didn't know you
No,
was
we talked
recording.
about having a podcast.
We never had a podcast.
You want me to
Nigga,
play you
did
right
not
now?
tell
Hold on.
me-
Now you hear Wack 100 tell Hassan, I'm going to get your channels taken down. I have a YouTube team with a label and they handle all of that stuff. So I'm not going to get your channel taken down, but they're going to do it for me since you decided to come on here and lie. So let me know what you think in the comments about Wack 100 completely shifting and changing his energy once Big U came forward and said that he is a clout chaser and none of that information about this alleged Nipsey Hussle gate tape with Lauren London is real. Again, I'm not saying that Big U did not have anything to do with this. I do feel he was involved. The conversation was recorded with Big U and Wack 100. So if they're both speaking of it, then that means the both of you are involved. Were they trying to extort Lauren? I believe so. I believe that they tried to use information to try and make Lauren feel like she had to protect Nipsey. If there is a tape or anything like that in existence that may have Nipsey being a part of it, I feel that Lauren is not involved, and I also feel that there may not be a man involved. I think that they came to Lauren and said that we have a tape of Nipsey doing certain things with the female, and we know you probably don't want this to get out. So instead, how about you buy it and it'll all just go away type of situation. But you got to think, Big U was a crime boss at a time, and Wack 100 has always been a struggling wannabe boss. So I feel that it's still extortion. If they really cared about Nip or cared about Lauren, they would have just given her the tape. Why does she have to pay you for it? Once again, extortion. And I believe that Lauren feels like, hey, there's no truth to anything that y'all are saying, especially involving me, because I've never done anything like that. So you go right ahead with whatever you feel like you have or whatever you want to do, because it can be true. Like, it's the furthest thing from the truth. So you go right ahead. Once again, it's giving both of them, Wack 100 and Big U, the opportunity to drop the tape or sell the tape to someone. And they have not done that because, once again, I don't believe that it exists. I believe that they are lying. And if anything, again, it could have been something between Nipsey and another woman. And they may have had part of it and was just like, look, for protection, so you don't have to worry about his legacy being tainted, we will give it to you for 30% of Nipsey's estate. And Lauren probably just rolled her eyes like, y'all are crazy. Wack 100 tries to push this narrative as if Big U is the snake. He's behind all of this extortion of this tape of Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle, and them trying to extort Lauren London out of 30% of Nipsey Hussle's estate. Once again, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. It's a shame all of these people are trying to put their hands on this man's money that it doesn't belong to. That belongs to Nipsey's family, okay? And Lauren was definitely part of his family before he passed away. So I find it crazy that he wants to push a narrative that he had no involvement. Obviously, you did. I believe that Wack 100 involved Big U because Wack is a liar. And Lauren would take it more serious if Big U came to her with this proposition over Wack 100 because he is a known liar. He has disrespected Nipsey on so many different levels that there's nothing Lauren wants to do with him. Lauren wants no part of Wack 100, okay? So let's get into Wack extorting Kim Kardashian as proof that he is an extorter. This is what he does. Extortion is the name of his game. Kim Kardashian ordered attorney to scare the SHIT out of Wack 100 over alleged second tape. The Kim Kardashian and Ray J tape is still making headlines 20 years later. In September 2021, Wack 100 claimed to have a second, more graphic version of the infamous tape. Although Kardashian's team was quick to dismiss its existence, but in the premiere episode of Hulu's new series, The Kardashians, even Kardashian seems unsure. In a clip shared by TMZ, the SKIMS founder and mother of Kanye West's 4 children is discussing the situation with her mother Kris Jenner and her sisters Khloe and Kourtney. When she tells the CMO of KKW Brands, Tracy, I'm 99.9% sure it doesn't exist. But the fact that these people keep saying they have a tape, what if I was effing sleep and he stuffed a DILDO up my ASS? I don't know. I don't remember anything. It's completely illegal. Have Marty scare the SHIT out of this guy. From there, Kardashian calls Kanye and proceeds to get emotional about their son Saint stumbling across an ad toting the second tape. Over my dead body is this happening again, she tells her attorney, Marty Singer. I know the right attorneys this time, and I'm not going to let this happen to me again. I have all the time and all the money and all the resources to burn them all to the effing ground. She later scoffs, for 20 years, this has been held over my head, of this mistake. Or is it a mistake? This was my boyfriend of years. We go on a trip, we film a video. It's embarrassing for me for it to be out there. But it's not the most scandalous thing, and I'm not going to be made to feel this way. I'm just human. Shortly after the clip started making the rounds, Wack 100 took his thoughts on the matter to Instagram, where he accused Kardashian and her team of basically lying. His quote, "Now I'm confused. First, Kim Kardashian attorney says, I'm lying, this doesn't exist. Second, now Kim Kardashian is saying she's blocking us from releasing it, so now I guess she's admitting her and her team has been lying. Third, her husband at Kanye West went on Jason Lee's show and told the world me and Ray J delivered this footage to him in which he personally gave to Kim Kardashian. Fourth, you accuse Kanye for going to the internet with his issues are real life, but your going on the internet is based on one thing, using black men to promote yourself. The jig is up, you've just been exposed." Let's break this down. Kim Kardashian is a liar. I repeat, Kim Kardashian is a liar, just like Wack 100. Kim Kardashian, when this rumor was first going around that there was a second tape, she said that there was absolutely no tape in existence, that this is a lie. She got her attorneys on it right away, sent him a cease and desist, let him know that we will sue him if he tries to publish or sell anything with my liking or me in it or anything like that. There is no second tape. Ray J came out himself after the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or I should say the Kardashians, on Hulu, when the episode premiered with Kanye sitting down with Kim Kardashian, allegedly handing her the tape that Wack 100 gave him. Kim, you know, she's crying and all of this stuff. She's so happy that she has it. But you said out of your own mouth, Kim, that there was no tape in existence. And then you went to, oh, I'm 99.9% sure. I don't know what happened to me. Ray J could have done anything while I was asleep. He could have inserted things in me and all of that. Okay, so are you saying that Ray J drugged you? Like, I don't get it. How would you not feel somebody placing something like that inside of you, especially if you're asleep, and not even placing it in your vaginal area and the anal cavity? So you're definitely going to feel that. So Kim, cut it out. You already knew that you were using this for a storyline, for a tagline. Just like Wack 100 said, I basically lied about this tape being in existence, and now you're having your attorneys reach out to me. So you're clearly letting the world know that you lied there is a second tape. Well, if there was a second tape, why did Kim not take action before? Why does she wait until this show is about to come out to say that her son Saint, out of all places on Roblox, saw an alleged ad for a second tape that's not even for sale or anything like that? Because there was an article that popped up. Where's the screenshot of this, Kim? Can you show us that this is literally something that Saint saw? You can't, because you are lying. And it's a shame that you would lie on your own adolescent child to sell this show for Hulu. Kim Kardashian, you are pathetic. You literally, she is pathetic. Like, to involve your children in a scandal as big as something that you don't want them to have nothing to do with. I'll see if she was talking about the first tape. That would make sense to me, because it's definitely a skeleton in her closet that's always going to reveal itself. So I get that. But about a tape that does not exist, an article that you said that was on Roblox, out of all places, my children have Roblox, no articles or anything like that, even an ad for it, has ever popped up. It's all either kid-friendly, or they're trying to sell other gaming devices or other video games, or have you sign up for other apps that include video games. They're not, why would they be promoting that out of all things, to where Roblox especially is for children? There would be no reason for it unless you did that yourself, Kim. You ought to be ashamed. So that was a lie from jump. There is no tape. Even Ray J came out himself like, look, I can't even deal with this anymore. Y'all are lying. I never brought Kanye anything. I never gave Kanye anything. Wack 100 never had a second tape. Wack and I never sat down like, let's go take this to Kanye. None of that stuff ever happened. Like, stop lying on me. Stop using me as a storyline. You've been using me for the last 20 years. Like, is it ever going to stop? Type of situation. So that's why I believe that Wack was trying to extort Lauren London, because Wack doesn't have any money. He's basically like next to poor. He is robbing Peter to pay Paul. He doesn't have anything. So all of these scandals and things that he keeps committing and things that he keeps doing surrounding these artists, the people that actually matter, like Ray J and the Blue Faces in the game and Kanye and Kim, he's using this as a way for him to stay relevant. It's the same thing. Kim Kardashian and Wack 100 are one and the same. Both of them are horrible people. And Kim, you ought to be ashamed of yourself as a parent, as a mother, to involve your child in something, one, that doesn't exist, and two, something as salacious as a tape involving you being sexual with a man, especially that isn't your children's father. So I love you all. We will be back with part 3. Make sure you look out for that. Until the next video, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Bye.
fresh, flex, fresh.